Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. There's a reason the Victoria sponge cake has stood the test of time. Named after Queen Victoria, this British classic is as simple as it is elegant, with its layers of light sponge, jam and whipped cream. Perfect for afternoon tea or a celebratory treat, it's proof that sometimes the simplest bakes are the best. Let's walk through how to make it, just the way it was meant to be. The history of Victoria sponge cake. Few cakes carry as much heritage as the Victoria sponge. This British icon isn't just a dessert, it's a slice of history, tied to royalty and tradition. From its royal beginnings to its role in afternoon tea, the cake's story is as rich as its layers. Queen Victoria's influence. Queen Victoria didn't just lend her name to the cake. She made it a cultural staple. During her reign in the 19th century, afternoon tea became a fashionable ritual, and the Victoria sponge was its star. Struck with grief after her husband's death, the Queen found comfort in simple pleasures, like this light sponge cake with jam and cream. Her preference for it turned a humble treat into a national symbol of elegance. Back then, the cake was often called Victoria sandwich, reflecting its construction. 2 layers of sponge sandwiched with filling. The Queen's love for it ensured its place in British baking history. Evolution of the recipe. The original Victoria sponge was straightforward. Eggs, sugar, flour, and butter, with raspberry jam and whipped cream as filling. Over time, bakers tweaked the recipe to suit modern tastes. Here's how it changed. Butter's rise. Early recipes sometimes used heavier fats, but butter became standard for its richer flavor. Leavening tweaks. Baking powder wasn't always part of the recipe. Its addition in later years made the sponge lighter. Filling variations. Traditionalists stick to jam and cream, but modern twists include vanilla custard, lemon curd, or even fresh fruit. Gluten-free and vegan versions. Today's adaptations cater to dietary needs without losing the cake's essence. Despite these changes, the soul of the Victoria sponge remains intact. It's still about balance. Soft sponge, sweet jam, and creamy richness. Just as it was in Queen Victoria's time. Key ingredients and why they matter. A Victoria sponge cake works because of its simple, high-quality ingredients. Each one plays a key role in creating that perfect balance of light sponge, sweet jam, and creamy filling. Let's break down why these ingredients matter and how they affect the final cake. The role of butter in texture. Butter isn't just for flavor. It's the backbone of the sponge's texture. When creamed with sugar, it traps air, which expands in the oven and gives the cake its signature lightness. Unsalted butter is best. It lets you control the cake's sweetness and avoids overpowering the delicate sponge. Room temperature butter blends smoothly with sugar, creating tiny air pockets essential for a fluffy crumb. Low-quality butter can leave the cake dense or greasy. Go for a high-fat content, 82% or higher, for the best results. Skip margarine or spreads. They contain water and additives that ruin the cake's structure. Real butter makes all the difference. Choosing the right jam. The jam is more than just a sweet layer. It adds acidity and moisture, balancing the richness of the cream and sponge. Stick to high-quality options. Classic raspberry or strawberry jam work best. Seedless versus seeded. Seedless jam gives a smoother finish, while seeded adds texture. Both work, so choose based on preference. Avoid overly sweet jams. They can make the cake cloying. Look for brands with a higher fruit content, at least 50%. Thicker is better. Runny jam soaks into the sponge, making it soggy. If needed, simmer your jam to thicken it before using. A spoonful of homemade jam can elevate the cake, but a good store-bought one works fine if time is tight. Just taste it first. Quality matters here. Step-by-step baking guide. Now that we've covered the history and key ingredients, Let's get to the fun part. Baking. A Victoria sponge cake might seem simple, but technique matters. Follow these steps to nail the perfect balance of lightness and flavor. Preparing the batter. The creaming method is key for a light, airy sponge. Here's how to do it right. Cream, butter, and sugar. Start with room temperature butter. It should give slightly when pressed. Beat it with sugar for 3 to 5 minutes until pale and fluffy. This step traps air, so don't rush it. Add eggs one at a time. Crack each egg into a small bowl first to avoid shells. Mix well after each addition. If the batter looks curdled, toss in a spoonful of flour to stabilize it. Fold in flour gently. Sift the flour and baking powder together first. Use a spatula to fold them into the wet mix in 2 batches. Overmixing deflates the batter, so stop just when no streaks remain. Pro tip. For an extra light cake, swap a tablespoon or 2 of flour for cornstarch. It softens the gluten, giving a finer crumb. That's it for part 1. We've prepped our batter and it's ready to bake. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll finish off the cake with filling, assembly, and some top tips. See you soon. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.